All right, so here is the ultimate SEO content strategy for the rest of 2025 and 2026. If you follow this, there's no reason why you can't double, triple, 10x your traffic. This is the exact process that I use for my businesses and for my clients' businesses as well, to be able to get the most bang for your buck with your content, get more traffic, sales, consultations, all the things you guys want to get. So step one of this process, let's dive right in, is to build a content creation map. So this is step one. This is the most important step because you want to make sure that you are building content around things that people are looking for, so that they can then in return find your content, come to your website, and basically do the next step of what you want to do. So the first step is to either use tools like Google Keyword Planner or Ubersuggest to find long tail keywords with low to medium competition, about 300 to 202,000 searches a month, because they're not going to have as high competition, but the chances of them converting are a lot higher. So let's just use the example of weight loss. Maybe we're in the fitness industry, weight loss industry. So the broad topic will be weight loss, but a possible long tail keyword will be how to lose weight loss after 40 naturally. So that's an example, but we want to start finding a batch of these keywords to build content around. So if you go into Ubersuggest, which they do have a free version that you can kind of get a good idea. So if we just want to search for weight loss for women over 40, that gives us a good idea. That's a good search volume, about 1,600. You can do other searches in here, how to lose weight naturally over 40, and just kind of see that search volume as well. Oh, it's making me try and sign it. Weight loss for women over 40. Here's some other examples. It does not let me do that because there is a free, a limit to the free version. There's some other possible weight loss for women over 40. Some of these are a little low. Weight loss plan for women over 40. And these ones are pretty low. So this is where it's probably, if you don't want to pay for the upgraded version, which I don't have, you can go to the Keyword Explorer, Keyword Planner, and then you would do Keyword Planner, get search volume and forecast, and then here's what we can use to search. We can do how to lose weight after 40 naturally. Just kind of see what that brings us to, and see the search volume for these specific long tail keywords that we want to try and rank for. All right, so that one's probably a little bit too specific. So let's just go for, let's just do weight loss for women to kind of get a good idea of that. So that's 1 to 10,000. That's probably a good one. Again, you can get more specific, which we want to do to target the different ranges of keywords and what people are looking for information plus actionable type keywords to start building this out. So the next step, once we go through and find some good long tail keywords, the next step of this process, step 2, is to organize the content into silos so that we can then use internal linking and topic authority to kind of help us really get to the next level. So an example of a silo will be like we were talking about, weight loss women for 40. We could build out an entire web page on that. And then what we would do to kind of link it all together and create more authority is to use long tail keywords such as meal plan for women over 40, exercises for hormonal weight loss, supplements for over 40 weight loss. So these are all good examples of content and blog articles to create that will then basically link back to the pillar page of weight loss programs for women over 40, or weight loss for women over 40. However we wanted to link this together, we would create those internal linkings and create all that content that rolls basically back up into the main pillar page or the main silo and supports it all together. So that's an important step 2 of this process, is getting this initial groundwork, this initial foundational work done with the keywords and long tail keywords and the structure of the content. And then that brings us to probably one of the coolest parts of this, which is step 3, and that is to use Arvo, which is SEO auto blogger tool, which has a lot of great little tools and resources to optimize your blogs for you to create this content. So we would go over to Arvo. There's a link below if you guys want to try this out. We would do SEO article. You can have this auto blog daily, weekly, or you can manually auto blog your blogs out to wherever your website is. It'll automatically link with your website and post it for you. You can automatically link it to your social media as well and have it posted there. But let's create an article. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the supporting pillar, the supporting blog, which we came up with here, meal plan for women over 40, and we're going to create content based on that. So we're just going to use that as the title for women over 40. And then we're going to use the SEO keyword. We're going to do weight loss for women over 40. You can add a couple of keywords in here. We're going to add these keywords because this is what we're going to build the article around. So it's going to pop it in here. So then we can then basically generate an article. But before we generate the article, you can make adjustments on the article itself to further optimize it or customize it according to your needs. So you can do, you can have it automatically generate the outline based on the content that it creates, which I would recommend doing. It's just easier. The content, language, target country, tone of voice, point of view, you can set those or leave it ride how it is. Knowledge base, you can connect a knowledge base if you have documentation or specific things that you want to upload to pull the information from, or you can just let it pull from the internet. Formatting, bold, italics. So this is just going to make it look nice and pretty. The structure, again, you can have a call to action. You can have a booking link if you want, a call to action. Internal linking, you can connect it with a sitemap and have it internally linked, which we want to do. We would want to connect it to our pillar page and make sure it's connecting there and all the articles are rolling up into the pillar page. You can include specific external links or let it do that for you. Again, if you have trusted sources, you want to externally link it to trusted sources, which is going to increase the authority of your blog page and posts. Images, you can have it generate AI images, the number of images, stock photos or custom images. Again, number of images, image size, all that stuff. Videos, you can have it automatically add a YouTube video if you want to your article or not. I'm not going to do that in this case, but it just helps add to the engagement of your article and make it really engaging. So you can save those changes. And then basically what we want to do is just generate this article, and then I'll show you on the flip side what this looks like once it generates here. All right, here's the article that it generated. It includes, you see the picture, the main picture, there's alt text built in, table of contents, which you can toggle on and off, key takeaways, and then it just goes into the article. Again, that includes the internal links or external links, which helps increase the authority and the traffic that we could get. And these articles are very structured in a visually appealing way, very easy to look at, very good read, very informationally sound, and useful and engaging, which is what you want. So we have this article. Now we just want to make sure to go through the on-page optimization checklist, which is just to make sure that this is SEO optimized. And the nice thing about Arvo is that this is completely optimized out of the box. You don't have to go through this checklist. Like if you were writing your own blog article, you'd have to make sure to do this stuff. This is already done for you, which we can see if we go into the actual structure of the article. We can see how this is already SEO optimized. The first way was just a preview of how it actually is going to look. So you can see the first is SEO title with primary keyword. It has that. And then basically the next part of this checklist is the meta description. So it has the meta description over here, which you can see. And then you want to make sure it's structured. Headers, H1, H2, H3, which you can see that over here to the left. They're already structured in a way that's appealing to SEO and the search algorithms. Internal links to siloed content, which you can see that is done already here. If you want, you can change these links. You can kind of see where it goes, but you can change these links. We can edit any of this stuff. So if we edit with AI, if it's not linking to the right pillar page, we can easily do that. You can click here, and then you can change the link up here to where it goes to make sure it's linked. We can add new links. If I want to add a link here, I can highlight this, click link, and then add whatever I want to link to in this article. You can even rewrite entire sections of this article. So I can ask AI to rewrite this. I can make it longer, simplify it, make it shorter, make it a list, make it a table. So really the opportunity to improve this is endless, but you don't really need to do much out of the box. This creates fantastic articles out of the box. So the internal links you can add and or adjust. The external links you can add to and or adjust. The images with alt text, it's already built in. So any images this already has the alt text, which you can see here, which you can adjust that if you want to adjust that. And then the use of the main keywords and different variations, which it does. This article is very in-depth, so there's tons of uses and variations of the main keywords. So that is how this works out of the box. Great tool. Again, I can publish this manually or have this set to auto publish daily, weekly, monthly, and build that whole on Arvo. Allows you to build out individual keywords, titles, and then build out entire campaigns that you want to run. Basically, you can do it any time frame that you want in as many batches as you want. So really flexible. This is just one of the many things that this tool can do. This is an easy way, an easy win to get a lot more traffic. Now, the next step of this is you want to publish this article. So if I wanted to publish this, I would publish it, and then it would go over to my website automatically. And then from the website, I can have it auto-publish, or I can review it and then manually publish it on the website. But the main thing that you want to do, and this is the last step that people miss, is to publish and index it right away. So a lot of people don't index it through Google Search Console. This is what you want to do to make sure that it's indexed right away so it can start capturing traffic and getting people back to your website. So how you would do that is just go over to the Search Console, Google Search Console. You would do URL inspection here, and then we would put the URL to our blog post right here at the top and basically hit enter. And then once it goes through that process, you would request indexing, which takes like 30 seconds to a minute, and then it'll request being indexed. So this will happen a lot faster. A lot of times this doesn't happen right away. So it's important to make sure that you are going through and indexing every single blog post so that you can get it optimized right away on Google to start getting traffic right away. But that's the 5-step process that you can go through to get the most bang for your buck with SEO. This is a content strategy that is a winning content strategy that's going to get you a ton more traffic almost instantaneously if you start going through this. A very simple, very easy process, and using the great tools like Arvo to help you come up with content a lot faster that's already optimized. It saves you a ton of work as well.